You know, they've tried to stay very, very optimistic. Even though they've missed the deadline, they've been focusing right here on General Motors. The members of the UAW International Committee have been here. Bob King has been in the building, and yes, they believe they're close to an agreement. UAW Vice President Joe Ashton sent an email to the 49,000 GM workers, telling them that bargainers are getting very close to a framework for an agreement. He says he is optimistic that the negotiations process is entering its final stage, and ends by saying, "I truly believe a settlement is within reach." It's not unusual that it has taken this long to get to an agreement. Typically, it takes about 2 to 3 days after they pass the deadline to actually formalize something. One of the insiders told me today that they thought what might be happening is that they may have thought they had verbal agreements on many things, but once the lawyers start looking at it, they want to make sure that everything is perfectly spelled out in black and white. Reporting live, I'm Mary Conway, Channel 7 Action News.
Mary, you talked about negotiations with General Motors. What's happening with Chrysler and Ford?
Well, Chrysler has kind of been put on the back burner. We all talked about the nasty letter from Sergio Marchionne, where he was very upset that he was stood up in the negotiations. They're still talking, but he's not going to get back to town until early next week. But they're still planning on meeting this weekend and trying to work out details prior to when Sergio would get back. Ford is way on the back burner. They have an indefinite extension. They're waiting for, the UAW is waiting until it can get General Motors and Chrysler worked out first.
All right. Thank you, Mary.